Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. It is October 9, and it is almost 7 p.m. We've been busy today. Joe is home, and there's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, major complaints that I have on my list that I'm actually going to write out briefly, and I might email it to them, but I'm also going to snail mail it. I'm going to call the hospital and find out who I should complain to. Only because some of these complaints, it's not that I'm going to just, fight for all this shit, but, I don't know if people report when they don't like things, but you guys know about the Seroquel that he wasn't supposed to take, and they prescribed it the next day. He was going to have it that night, and I only found that out by chatting with the nurse. And so I was glad that that didn't happen, because it makes his blood sugar go high, and he was there for DKA. His sugar was already high and not stabilizing. The other thing was that when I went to see him and walked into the ER, he was covered in dried up vomit, because by the time I got there, he had been like an hour and a half that he vomited, threw up, he puked. In the ambulance, he said right when he left the apartment, the first speed bump, that was it. He puked. And when I got there, it was like an hour and a half later, he was still covered in vomit. It was like shocking to me, because it just looked so weird. It was in his beard, on his chest. I was like, what happened? I didn't think he puked on himself. No, I didn't have any idea. I thought he was bloody. And I'm like, nosebleed, though. Wouldn't have done that. So there's that he didn't get cleaned up. And then I was there a whole half hour before a nurse finally came in. I just cannot believe that somebody could move him from a hospital bed, an ambulance bed, cot, whatever, to an ER. And, okay, bye. I'm going to leave you like that. I don't know. And there was other issues, like he wasn't expected to come home this early. The nurse told me, he'll be here another 3 or 4 days. All of a sudden, he's being discharged. I give up with that. And I went in the morning. He was supposed to be up and out and ready. They wanted him at 9 a.m., gonzo. And I went, and he wasn't anywhere close to being ready. And the nurses were like, the doctor hasn't started the... And I was like, oh my... I actually came back home, slept, as I was so tired. I didn't sleep much that night before, and then went back to get him. Okay, so when I go back to get him, I told him, I said, I'm just going to call you or text you. I don't remember what I did. I called, I think, and say that I'm here. And I'll be parked right out front, main entrance. So when I get there, I let him know I'm here, main entrance, and he says, okay. And then I wait a little bit, and then I see him coming out completely alone, not in a wheelchair. I expected him to be in a wheelchair. He hadn't been walking or really upright for 4 days, and he was considered a high fall risk, right on his door, high fall risk. And he was set up with the sensors or whatever on the bed so that he couldn't even, attempt to get out without ringing all the buzzers. Because I rang the buzzers when I got out of his bed, because I laid in his bed with him. One night I said, I'm coming back tonight. I'm going to watch TV with you. And I laid in his bed. And then when I got up, the buzzers went off. I don't know how I got in without causing that racket. But anyway, so he's a high fall risk. He had to walk. So he told me that, he said, no wheelchair? Where's my wheelchair? Aren't you going to bring me down? And she says, well, we don't have a wheelchair handy. She goes, we could get one. It'll take about 30 minutes. It's a fucking hospital. And they know that they're discharging him. And it was even much later than they thought. So they could have had a wheelchair ready. They could have. And I said, but nobody even walked with you? No, he said, he goes, I told them, well, what, no wheelchair? Am I supposed to just walk? And they said, yeah, you can. So he says, I just took off walking. He asked where the elevator was. They told him, and he went to the elevator. And he's on the 9th floor, so now he's on an elevator for a little while because it stops at all the floors in between. And then he had to walk from the elevator to the the exit. And that's when I saw him coming out holding stuff. I mean, I would have liked to have gone up there and give them fucking shit, but I already had given them shit one day. I don't think that was mentioned here. But I ended up losing my mind a little bit. Some words came out. Oh, I was not happy. Because they do so many things that it blows my mind. So many things. Messing up other meds. Oh my God. All right, so I'm just going to say that. I'm going to write down the different things, and I'm going to let them know, because he should not have been left alone to walk to an elevator, and 9 floors on an elevator. He could have just even gotten dizzy on the elevator, the stopping. And he was, to me, sent home way too early, and we had issues. His sugar was very low, 40, and then I fed him and gave him orange juice with sugar mixed in, and then it was almost 400. It was like, don't tell me you're going right back to the hospital. But I'm glad he's home. All right, I'm going to hang up now. Thank you for all the well wishes and prayers. I'm not that evil that I'm going to say don't pray for fucking Joe. Joe believes in prayer, and he prays. So he welcomes prayer. I don't care if people pray for me. I just don't ask for it because, that's just like, asking you to toss a coin in a fountain and make a wish. But I do believe in positive thinking because I believe in the frequencies and the vibrations and all that stuff. Don't say that's crazy, because some people believe pretty crazy shit out there. So, but yeah, so I don't know how I got on that subject, but thank you for all the prayers and the well wishes and thinking of Joe. And yeah, I'll keep you up to date on all that. I'll just go check out my eBay. I got a couple of auctions that I had the date wrong, the end time wrong, and they're still running. And go look at that. And tomorrow maybe I can do my I have the pattern drawn out for the next Christmas tree block, so maybe I can knock that out. And he's still coughing. That's another thing. They sent they just did. And then I want to do a crumb chat soon because I missed that. All right, I'm going to hang up. I'll be back with more soon. Please subscribe.